Hello, and welcome to another Let's Play of Eldfall Chronicles. This time we are playing the second quest of the Restoring Balance campaign with the Empire of Soga, and this is called the Great Hall. The goal of the party, composing of the Kitsune Spellmain, two Bushi attendants, and clan champion, where the clan champion and one Bushi attendant are still wounded from the last mission, have to get to a mechanism, who's here in the center, make a successful intelligence roll. Afterwards, the whole playing field has the environment toxic, and the gate at the other side of the map opens, and after that the party has to leave the field through the gates. In this quest, as opposed to previously, the gargoyle here and here, as well as both golems, will respawn at the start of the hostile's turn, as when they are destroyed previously. So, with all this said, I have a rough idea how I will do this, so let's jump right into it. Starting with the Bushi attendants, both going to their defense stance to get a little bit more offense capacity in their reactive role. And then the clan champion will use the stratagem of evasion tactics to boost the agility score of the whole party by 2 points. And then let's start with the clan champion, who will activate and use a run action, so 6 inches and another 6 inches. My idea, or basically my strategy, is since all of the enemy models will respawn after they are destroyed, I will try to get as fast as possible at the gate, leave 1 or 2 models behind, open the mechanism, and then run back towards them. And especially the very fragile Kitsune with only 1 HP is my main priority to get across. So here are 6 and it's 5, so basically more or less here with there's 6 inches or 12 inches to run. This Bushi attendant will also use a run action to run about here, also leaving 1 activation point behind. And this one will do a similar activation, 6 and 4 more inches. So, with the whole party getting closer to the center, I think I will activate the Kitsune. Yeah, I will activate the Kitsune first, because then she can move 6 inches up to here and another 6 inches up to here, getting as far away as possible, even when she has 360-degree of vision. Next, I will use this Bushi attendant to get 5 and 10 inches up to here. As you can see, my idea is basically just getting the party to with as few wounds as possible away from anything that might harm them, and another inch. So this is the reason why basically the whole party moves double run. And now, do I already want to activate the mechanism and possibly end the game in the next turn? I mean, I can try it. So, the clan champion will try to activate it. Another reason why this might be meaningful or make sense is because of the toxic environment you start during your strategic phase. So by activating it now, I would have to start in the next turn. I could also try to activate it in the next round, and then tail it this actually sounds more valid. So I will not stop the recording, I will just reallocate the activation points, so with the party getting their reactive turn and the hostiles getting their active turn. And the last gargoyle up here. So the gargoyles have a movement speed of 5 inches and with the priority of the model with the lowest HP. It's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. First and the second 3, 8, 9 and 10 up to here. For the first gargoyle, the same or most likely the same. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, roughly around here. These are, this is the first, then are 2, 8, 9 and 10. So, and now the golems will go to the closest enemy, which are the Bushi attendants. And if they are within 3 inches, they will walk into base contact, which is neither the case. But with 6 inches, they can walk into base contact, where the Bushi attendants will both let's start here. This golem will walk into base contact. The Bushi attendant will react and dodge. So basically dodging 1 inch away, getting out of the engaged state. As you can see, I placed some tokens just to mark that where the golems will respawn in case they get destroyed. And next, the golem will once again activate, will walk into the Bushi attendant and attack. And this time the Bushi attendant, because he has an agility of 12 or so, he will try to shoot at the golem because he has an accuracy of 12 and he's in defensive stand. And the golem will attack, so therefore this will be a confrontation. Shooting, where there's the stony fist of stone from the golem. The golem is the white die and the Bushi is represented by the black die. So the golem needs a 10 and the Bushi needs a 12. The golem gets 110, the Bushi attendant gets a 2. Therefore the Bushi attendant loses this confrontation. Now the golem has a power of 15, the Bushi has an armor of 4, 11 or less to wound. It's a 2, which is enough to wound the Bushi attendant. And I just realized it would have been smaller to dodge, because then the Bushi attendant would have been not in contact with the golem. Now, the golem here at the back, the same, or most likely the same. First activation, he will walk into contact, the Bushi will dodge a little bit away. And then the second activation of the Bushi attendant will be that he will, this time, will dodge, since he also has an agility of 12. So, the golem, once again, needs a 10 or less. The 3 is a hit, the 20 is not, the 17 is not good enough to dodge. Once again, this time he needs an 11 or less to wound the Bushi. With the 19, the Bushi managed to withstand the blow, but this time he also dodges out of contact and therefore is not engaged. But this golem and the Bushi attendant are engaged. Also, this golem is engaged, and I believe, yeah, he would have triggered, I will try an attack of opportunity. So, 1 strike, and the clan champion will use the second wind maneuver to get +1 attack at this reaction. 2 attacks. He has a defense value of 12, so 2 hits with a 9 and a 12. He has a power of 13 for his spear, minus armor 8, therefore 5 or less to wound. It's an 8 and a 17, so not enough to wound the golem. And with all of this done, This time I will stop the recording and I will put the appropriate tokens on each model, and then we will see what happens in the second turn of the Empire of Soga. The second turn of the Empire of Soga will start with none of the models getting into the defensive stance, because the clan champion will once again call for evasion tactics, so therefore agility 12, 12, and 12, and she will have 16. And with this set, I think this bushy attendant will activate. Just I put the gouges here just to get more or less, yeah, eye for how far it is. So this bushy attendant will activate. He will run 3 inches here, 2 inches here, and another 5 inches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up to here, with the back towards the portal or the gate. Also offering the clan champion a chance to walk here, this line, and get to the gate. We will see if he will manage. He has an intelligence score of 13 and will try to activate the mechanism. And with a 6 he immediately managed to do so. So now, with a successful roll on the on this intelligence check or interact action, they have to get to the gate and have to run because the environment is toxic. During its strategic phase, a model in this environment must perform a toughness roll. On a failed roll, the model suffers 1 wound. So he will immediately activate again, use a run action, getting 5 inches towards the height of the Kitsune, and another 5 inches, it's, yeah, around this stone brick. Here he is. Now the Kitsune is allowed to be up to 10 inches away to cast Burning Resolve, so she will use a walk 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 up to here, and then let's see, yeah, this should be within 10 inches, and then she will cast Burning Resolve at the clan champion. 15 or less. It's an 18, this is not good. Let's see what happens to this bushy attendant, who will try to dodge, and the golem will try to hit. Once again, this is not a confrontation roll, I will just roll them together to make the game a little bit quicker. The golem has a defense of 13, therefore the 14 misses, but the 7 would be hit, but the bushy attendant has a dodge of 12. Therefore, because of the stratagem of the clan champion evasion tactics, he successfully managed to dodge 2.5 inches away, which is around here, cancelling the engage state. So none of these models is engaged anymore. The reason for this is also why the clan champion could move between these and without becoming engaged is the golem has a reach of 0 inches. So now, the wounded bushy, 6 inches, 1, 2, 3, 4 is just enough. I will try to make it more clear the next turn. I will just have to see. The Kitsune have to move first, and therefore when she wants to cast Burning Resolve at the bushy attendant or at the clan champion, she's unable to leave the field and risks becoming wounded because of the toxic next turn. She has a toughness of 8. So the Kitsune will already jump through the gate without casting anything. So at least the clan champion will stay at on the game. Then this Bushi attendant who is already wounded. 6 inches up to here. And another 4 inches, and as you can see here, it is just enough to touch the gate, and I will rule that this is enough for him to leave. And he is out of here, also wounded. The other wounded Bushi attendant will also just leave. And the failed casting of the Kitsune Spellman left the clan champion back alone. And we will see if he is worthy of his title of clan champion when the hostiles turn will start now. I will just turn these around since the hostiles didn't have to react, or with the exception of this one golem who failed to hit. And let's begin with this gargoyle, because it will definitely not be able to reach it with 10 inches. No. 7, 8, 9, 10. But it will activate immediately a second time to jump at the name is missing, at the clan champion, sorry for that, and will try to attack him. The clan champion will dodge or strike back. He has a defense and agility of 12, but I think he will strike back because then he can use Masterful Parry to reduce the gargoyle's attacks offense stat by mana 3. So he will attack back. This will result in confrontation. The gargoyle now needs a 9. The Bushi attendant needs a 12. The gargoyle has 2 hits. The Bush with an 8 and a 3. The clan champion fails to hit. Therefore, the gargoyle wins with 2 strikes. Now it has a power of 12 against the armor of 5. Therefore, 7 or less to wound. A 4 and a 3, which is enough to put 2 wounds on the clan champion and causing the incapacitate state. The gargoyle would also get another activation because of its gargoyle claw, which would result in another attack. Or to be more precisely, since the clan champion is down, the gargoyle will use a coup de grace to put the clan champion into the dead state. And with this, all possible models left the game and the clan champion died. So, let me clean up the board and I will see you for the after action report. So, after action report. What do I think about this mission? I think it is similar to the third quest of the Heart of Obsidian, where you also have to get from your deployment zone to over the wall. In this instance, there is a mechanism in the middle where you have to activate it first. So this could cause the party to be stuck a little longer. I was lucky this time that the clan champion managed to open it immediately. And what was unlucky is that the Kitsune failed her casting, so that the clan champion could have also left. So bad Kitsune this game. Otherwise, the Bushi attendants did their job. They were a fabulous distraction or a fantastic distraction for the golems, and the clan champion also performed, except at the end where he was slaughtered by a gargoyle. And I read a little bit on because since this is a campaign, there is an opportunity to recover. And here in the Restoring Balance campaign, you have the campfire now before the next mission, so before the third mission, and this makes clear why you have victory points. Because you can spend 1 victory point to restore 1 hit point to a non-incapacitated model, 3 victory points to restore 1 hit point to an incapacitated model, or you can spend 3 victory points to fully restore hit points to a non-incapacitated model, or you can spend 5 victory points to fully restore HP to an incapacitated model. And looking at the first quest, last week, we successfully opened the gate, which are 2 victory points, and also 7 victory points if all party members exit through the gates. which was the case. So therefore, on the last mission, we have 9 victory points. And the Great Hall, the mission we just played, gives 2 victory points for a successful intellectual against the ancient mechanism, which the clan champion managed to do. So we have 11. And we would have also gained 7 victory points if all party member exit through the gate, which is not the case. 5 victory points if more than half rounded up of the party members exit through the gate. 3 out of 4 is above half of 2. And only 3 victory points if less than half of the party would have exited through the gate. So we get another 5, so we have a total of 16. And with the 16 total HP, we can definitely spend 2 to restore 1 HP to each of the bushy attendants, leaving us with 14 victory points. Now, the mission is normally, as far as I can read out of the rules, it would be normally over as soon as the model is incapacitated, and therefore the clan champion would not be in the dead state. On the other hand, the table, which is supported by the statement that the table doesn't has any indication what to do with with any model in the dead state. If it's left out of the game for the rest and the party has to continue onwards without it or something else, is not mentioned. And also later on, there are no further rules about any dead models. This is the reason why I believe that we should count the clan champion as an incapacitated model, and with this we are able to spend another 5 victory points to restore him fully to back to full hit points, so that the party can go fresh into the next mission. I would be curious about your thoughts on this, or if I should try to continue the campaign with only 2 Bushi attendants and the Kitsune spell main, which would definitely be more realistic. But looking at the next quest, the Antechamber, we have to get up against 2 gargoyles, 2 golems, and an earth elemental. So I don't think that without the clan champion as the heavy hitter, this might be not possible. But as I said, I'm curious about your thoughts on it. Write it down in the comments. And otherwise, I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye!